Hello, 5 by 5, very late, very, very late. What are we on now? Baby due day +4, almost, I guess, by the time we do this. By the time you see this, it'll be baby due date +4, nearly. Um, when I started this 5 by 5 thing, I kind of made my mind up that I was gonna try to post as often, I was going to try to post regardless of mood, regardless of whether I felt up or down or whatever. And I would not say that I suffer from depression. I've been diagnosed in the past as suffering from depression and anxiety. I'm definitely a very anxious person, certainly, and I think there are lots and lots of reasons for that, but I really don't think that that's the way things are nowadays. Generally, I'm a pretty upbeat, happy kind of person. And I know, depression is a lot more complicated than that, but I think there were times in the past when I definitely would have said, yeah, I think they were right. I probably was. I think that doctor might have been right. I probably was suffering from depression. Definitely not these days, though. But even when you're a pretty upbeat, happy person, I think I would say, as far as I am, I probably 90% of the time. And even the other 10%, I'm not really low. I'm just kind of. But today, I don't know. I think today I've just been hit. Sorry, I got something in my eye. It's driving me bananas. It's not just tiredness. It's like the usual tiredness. I feel like I'm gritting it from somewhere. Don't know. Yeah, I think just today, particularly in the last hour or two, I've just been hit by this overwhelming wave of just mental exhaustion. Not physically. I've actually, maybe not so much last night, but I think in this last week I've gotten probably more sleep than I normally get. I'm not renowned for my sleep. There is a reason. I call myself Sleepless Night. It is not without reason. If you've been watching these for a long time, you'll know that. If you go way back to some of my earliest 5 by 5 videos, I think probably either the second or third 5 by 5 video that I posted, a very, very early one in that first week, was I talked a lot about my sleep. So yeah, now I had an idea of what we're going to talk to you about today, and I really do want to talk about this at some point, but I need my lovely wife Amki to sort of help me with it, because I don't really. There are things I don't feel comfortable saying in regard to this without her there or without her presence, and it's postpartum psychosis. So I do want to make a video about that. We just haven't had the time today. It's been one of those days. My poor wife, she's now 4 days overdue with this baby. She's had a much worse pregnancy this time than last time. Her words, not mine. She's had a much worse pregnancy this time than last time, as if you watched last week's video, you'll know. And it's really, she's starting to suffer a bit with all kinds of pains and things that have really been giving her trouble. She can't really walk very far and stuff like that without suffering a bit. And she's just exhausted. She's not sleeping well at all, as is quite common in the late stages of pregnancy. And one of the few things that I can actually relate to is when she says, "Oh, I'm not sleeping well," but because of that, she just was exhausted today. And the window that I would normally have recorded something like this, if I was recording it with her, passed by. Because she just had to take a nap in the middle of the day, and why not? I've had to do it myself many times, and I think most people would be happier if they were lucky enough, very fortunate enough, to have the opportunity to just sleep a little bit when their brain tells them they need to. It's extremely, trust me, if there's one thing I know a lot about, it's sleep. I've been to every sleep lab and sleep clinic they would refer me to, and I've read every book on the subject. It's something I know quite a lot about. So we just haven't had the time today. No sign of baby yet. Nearly 4 days past her due date. I was 9 days past her due date, so I really do hope, for my wife's sake, that doesn't happen this time. But yeah, we've done pretty much everything we can. I'm trying to get videos out still for the gaming channel, but you're in that waiting kind of period. But yeah, we will talk about postpartum psychosis at a later video, possibly after the baby's born. Might not be a very cheery subject, but I think it's one, and my wife thinks so, that it needs to be talked about.